Hi, folks. So to get ready for this lesson, I want you to grab your whiteboard and the template that's in your math game bag. And I want you to grab lesson 15 problem set. There it is right there. And slide your template into your whiteboard so it's ready to go. All right, so pause it, grab those things. Don't forget a dry erase marker, and we'll get started.
Hi, third grade mathematicians. I'm Mr. White. In today's lesson, we're going to add 2- and 3-digit metric measurements using a place value chart and the standard algorithm. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's start today with some mental math practice. I'd like you to solve these problems using a mental math strategy. Go ahead and pause the video to solve the problem, then press play when you're ready to check your work with mine. Here comes your first problem. 46 milliliters plus 5 milliliters.
Don't forget to pause it.
If you decomposed 5 milliliters into 4 milliliters and 1 milliliter to make that next 10 with 46 milliliters, your equation would have looked something like this. 46 milliliters plus 4 milliliters plus 1 milliliter. And if we add 46 milliliters and 4 milliliters, we can get to that next 10 of 50 milliliters plus that 1 more milliliter to get a total of 51 milliliters. Here comes another. 125 grams plus 7 grams. If you decompose 7 grams as 5 grams and 2 grams to make that next 10, your equation would look something like this. 125 grams plus 5 grams plus 2 grams. And 125 grams plus 5 grams gives us 130 grams plus 2 more grams gives us a total of 132 grams. In the picture of the 2 cups that you see in the screen, cup A has been filled with 56 milliliters of water. Cup B has 27 milliliters of water. Let's find out how many total milliliters of water are in both cups.
So Mr. White is going to use some number discs at this point. You don't have the number discs, but what you're going to do is set your whiteboard up like this, where you've got your thousands, your hundreds, your tens, and your ones. And then he's going to give you a number, and instead of using the disc to make the number, you are going to draw the discs on your whiteboard. All right? Let's continue.
I'm going to do that using my place value chart and using place value discs. The first thing I need to put on my place value chart is the 56 milliliters in cup A. Since I know that 56 is 5 tens, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 tens, and 6 ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to place that on my place value chart with 5 tens and 6 ones. I'm also going to record that in the workspace at the bottom by writing 56 milliliters. In cup B, I had 27 milliliters. How many tens and ones are in 27? That's right. We have 2 tens and 7 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7.
Pause it if you need to.
I'm also going to record that in our workspace at the bottom. I'm going to put an addition symbol to show that we're trying to find the total. Well, 6 ones and 7 ones is how many total ones? That's right, 13 ones. But we can change ones for 110. Let's go ahead and do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm going to take the...
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to count them and wipe them off as I count them. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I'm going to take those 10 and I'm going to make a 10 over here in my tens column. So I'm going to add a 10 right here. All right.
10 ones and exchange it for 110. Where does that 110 go on my place value chart?
Oh, we know.
That's right, it goes in the tens column. Well, let's record that work in our workspace. We said 6 ones plus 7 ones was equal to 13 ones. Watch how I record that here. I can record that in this way, where I'm representing those 13 ones as 110 and 3 ones.
Pretty cool.
This is how we show renaming using the standard algorithm. How is this work similar to the work that we had done with the place value disks?
So pause it and think
about
about that and then share.
Maybe your thinking sounded like this. We had 13 ones and we're able to exchange 10 of those for 110, leaving us with 3 ones remaining. In our algorithm, we can see that 6 ones and 7 ones gave us 13 ones. 10 of those ones we could rename as a 10, leaving us with 3 ones. What is 5 tens plus 2 tens plus 1 10? That's right, 8 tens. Well, we can show this work in our workspace as well on our algorithm. 5 tens plus 2 tens plus 1 10 is, that's right, 8 tens. And what unit goes with our answer here? You got it, milliliters. So we know that the sum of 56 milliliters and 27 milliliters is 83 milliliters. Go ahead and read the problem aloud with me. 56 milliliters plus 27 milliliters equals 83 milliliters. We just used the standard algorithm as a tool for solving this problem.
Pretty neat.
How can I check my work using a beaker? That's right. I can pour both cups into the beaker to see if it'll measure 83 milliliters. Let's watch this quick video to see if we're right.
Oh, you recognize that beaker? There we go.
And look at that. We can see that the water measures
There it is.
3 tick marks above the 80 to represent 83 milliliters. Let's try another.
All right, erase your
How long as I
board.
read this problem aloud? Lisa draws a line on the board. Marcus shortens the length of the line by erasing 32 centimeters. The total length of the line now is 187 centimeters. How long is the line that Lisa drew? I'd like you to go ahead and pause the video to reread the problem in chunks, draw a model thinking about the known and unknown information in the problem. Feel free to press play when you're ready to continue.
All right, pause it. So what did you end up with? This is the drawing that I made. Let's see what Mr. White did.
I chose to draw a tape diagram
to
represent this problem. I knew that we were trying to find the total length of the line that Lisa drew on the board. So I drew a full tape diagram to represent that amount. I took a chunk off the end to represent the 32 centimeters that Marcus shortened the line by erasing it. We also knew that after erasing it, that other part, the line that was left, was 187 centimeters. My unknown is the total length of that line. In order to solve this problem, I knew that I'd have to find the total of the length of the line now and the part that Marcus erased. So to write an equation to find that total, I could add 187 centimeters and 32 centimeters. And I looked at that problem and I said to myself, could I use a simplifying strategy to help me to solve this problem mentally? And I thought, well, to make a 10 here, I would need 8 more. I don't really have 8 ones to take from that. And to make a new 10 here, I would need 3 more. And I don't really have that here. So, I think I'm going to use the standard algorithm to solve this problem. So I'm going to take this problem and write it vertically. So I'll represent 187 centimeters. And right below that, 32 centimeters.
So follow along writing this on your board.
The line that was on the board that Lisa drew. Just like we had done with the place value discs, let's go ahead and add those ones first. What is 7 ones plus 2 ones? That's right, 9 ones. So I'm going to write that in my ones column just below the 7 and the 2. Now, I didn't have to rename any 10s here, so I'm going to go ahead and add my 10s. What is 8 10s plus 3 10s? That's right, 11 10s. But I know I can take 10 of those 10s and exchange it for a, that's right, 100. We can rename 10 10s as 100. Well, watch how I do that using the standard algorithm. 8 10s plus 3 10s is going to give me 11 10s. And there we go. By writing it this way, I've renamed those 10 10s as 100 because it is now in my hundreds place. And I have that 110 remaining. What is 100 plus 100? You got it. 200. And what unit goes with my total here? That's right. Centimeters. Go ahead and say out loud in a statement the answer to this problem. Great work. We could write the line that Lisa drew was 219 centimeters.
Remember to write this out.
Let's try another. Follow along as I read this problem aloud.
So remember to write those answers out because we also use math as a time to practice our writing as well. All right, erase your board, and then let's start this one.
John reads for 74 minutes on Wednesday. On Thursday, he reads for 17 more minutes than he read on Wednesday. How many total minutes does John read on Wednesday and Thursday? Again, I'd like you to pause the video to reread the problem in chunks. Think about that known and unknown information and draw a model to help you to solve. Press play when you're ready to continue.
All right, so pause that video. All right, let's see what Mr. White says.
I decided to use tape diagrams to represent the known and unknown information in this problem. When I reread the problem, I read that John read for 74 minutes on Wednesday. So I made a W for Wednesday and drew a tape diagram to represent 74 minutes. But since I knew we were comparing this to Thursday, I drew a second tape diagram. And it says in the problem on Thursday, he reads for 17 more minutes than he read on Wednesday. So for Thursday's tape diagram, I drew the same length as I did for Wednesday to represent 74 minutes, and then tacked on a little bit more for the 17 more minutes that he read on Thursday. The problem is asking me how many total minutes does John read on Wednesday and Thursday, so I know I'm trying to find that total. So I drew brackets on the side for both tape diagrams and used my question mark to represent that total. Well, thinking about an equation to help me to solve this problem, I'm realizing that I really have 2 steps. My first step is to figure out what is Thursday's total number of minutes. So let's add that first. And I can write that as 74 minutes plus 17 minutes. And let's take a look at that. could I use a simplifying strategy to help me to solve this problem mentally? And I do, I see one.
So I just noticed that I didn't read this very carefully. And so what Mr. White is describing is that on Thursday he read 17 more minutes and he read on Wednesday. So there is 2 different totals. I didn't notice that when I first read it. Did you? Because if you did, nice catch.
I know that I need 6 more ones to make a 10 here. Well, where can I get those 6? I can take that from the 17. So if I decompose 17 into 6 and 11, I can use that 6 to combine with that 74 to get 80. And I know I'm only adding 11 more to get 91 minutes. Well, now I know that Thursday's total was 91 minutes, but that's not what the problem's asking me to solve for. What are we trying to solve for? That's right, the total of Wednesday and Thursday. Well, what equation would help me to solve for that unknown? You got it. If you said 91 minutes plus 74 minutes, you're absolutely right. And I can write that here, 91 minutes plus 74 minutes. And I think, can I find a simplifying strategy again for this one? You know what? I can see this problem isn't too hard to do with a standard algorithm. So I'm going to go ahead and solve using that algorithm. 1 1 plus 4 1s gives me, that's right, 5 1s. And 9 10s plus 7 10s gives me a total of, that's right, 16 10s, which I'm going to write this way in my answer, which we can see 16 10s is really 100 and 6 10s. And what's the total number of minutes that John read on Wednesday and Thursday? You got it, 165 minutes. So we can write John
Remember to write this.
165
You might
minutes.
need to pause it.
Great job today, mathematicians. Let's move on to the problem set. Today's must-do problems are problems 1B through 1E, 1H, 1I, and number 3. I'd like you to set a timer or watch the clock for 10 minutes to do your absolute best on those problems. I'd also like you to notice that you'll see these problems are written horizontally. Take a look to see if you can use a mental math strategy before solving using the algorithm.
All right.
Great work today, mathematicians, solving those 2-digit and 3.
All right. Thank you, Mr. White. I can't wait to go and use the standard algorithm on our problem set. Try that mental math first and then use the algorithm to solve the problem. So what you're going to do is, I'm going to circle the ones that I want you to do. I'm going to bring this up. All right, so you're going to do B, C, D, and E. And then you're going to do H and I. I didn't circle that one very well. And then you're going to flip it over. Oops. You're going to not flip it over. You're going to grab the other page. And you're going to do number 3 right there. All right? Okay. I'll see you soon. Good luck on the math work. Don't forget to put it in your folder or your math game bag and get it turned